We're back at the Bass Pro Shops National Museum and Aquarium in Springfield, Missouri.
Last time we featured the aquarium, and now come along as we explore the museum. When you first arrive at the museum, the first stop is the theater.
The Discovery Theater presentation will begin in 2 minutes.
They have an 8-minute movie, and you can bypass it if you wish, but it's super well done, highly recommended.
So very glad you're here. And then to see kids get a big grin on their face. It's awesome.
When you first enter the museum, you're going to go up an escalator and you're going to read a lot of things about the bison in our country.
This picture is just crazy to me. All of those are buffalo skulls. It's just amazing that they were just about driven to the point of extinction, and it's a blessing that now we have them back.
Then you're going to round a corner and go into a cabin that is kind of a tribute to Roosevelt. You're then going to go through several rooms that are tributes to people like Lewis and Clark and different Native American tribes. I was amazed at the beadwork on these Native American outfits, and how did they make little tiny beads like that? We gotta find that out. We need to research that.
The next section of galleries highlights several of our national parks and the beautiful animals that inhabit them. In addition to creating these beautiful settings, the designers went to finite detail to make it really an immersive experience. The temperature changes from exhibit to exhibit, the lighting, they even added smells to really take you into each of these parks.
Just like the aquarium, the museum side also has several restroom stops in case you need a break along your visit. This is one way to make you feel really small. One of the things I love about this next exhibit is that underneath each animal, they have a sample of the fur that you can actually touch. So even though you can't touch the ones in the glass, you get to feel what it feels like out here. I can tell why people might have wanted a fox coat. Oh, this feels good.
This arch totally reminds me of Jackson Hole, Wyoming. But this room is special, contains lots of trophy buckheads. Check it out. This one gives me a headache just looking at it.
Larger than a red-tailed hawk, but not quite a bald eagle.
I love that they have all these interactive displays all throughout the museum where you can just touch and click to learn more about the animals. The teacher in me loves this and wants to take all my kids on a field trip. The penguin exhibit is always super fun. You can watch them swim around in the water, and this is where they go down into that tube to go down into the restaurant, which is super cool as well. They've added a new option at the museum that you can pay extra for to get up close and personal with the penguins. So if you really love penguins, that might be something you want to splurge on as well.
This polar bear is 11 and a half feet tall, and you know what he weighs? Over 2,200 pounds. That is a big bear.
This is pretty extravagant.
Well, we are here with Shelby Stevenson, and Shelby, you're the Director of Marketing. Is that your position here? Public Relations.
Yes.
And Shelby and I sort of go way back because Shelby was a student at Branson High School along with our son. So we have a little history that spans some time. And now you're here in a beautiful facility as the Director of Public Relations.
It's a little bit different in here than Branson High School, isn't it?
A little bit different.
A little bit.
There are a lot of monkeys and crazy animals at Branson High School, but not quite like here.
Not quite like this.
Well, thanks for taking a few minutes with us.
Absolutely.
And we would love to know a little bit more behind the scenes here
Sure.
at the museum. So how long has the museum been open?
So the facility that we are in today opened originally in September of 2017, but it was 10 years in the making. This facility that we now call Wonders of Wildlife today has been a dream of our founder, Johnny Morris's, for a very, very long time. You know, Johnny's passion at his core is connecting people to the outdoors and introducing new audiences to nature. And he had this dream of what if we could create a facility that is so dynamic and so immersive that within a matter of a few hours, without ever leaving Springfield, Missouri, people can take a journey truly around the world. And that's exactly what he did, and that is the facility that we're in today.
Wow, that's amazing. How many visitors come through on an annual basis?
We've had more than 3 million visitors since our opening in September 2017, so we average more than 1 million guests a year, which is pretty exciting.
My goodness. And how long would you suggest a first-time visitor take just for the Wonders of Wildlife Museum portion of the experience?
Yeah, that's a great question that we get a lot, and it's actually really important because a lot of times people don't understand just how big the facility that we have here is. It's more than 350,000 square feet, making it even larger than the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History in DC. And from start to finish, you're actually going to walk 1.5 miles of immersive trails through all of our habitats. So a couple of things we always recommend: plan at minimum 3 hours upon your first visit. Our average length of stay for first visits is anywhere between 3 and 5 hours. So
Wow.
depending on how much information you like to take in, if you're a person who reads every single sign, you're going to want to plan at least half of your day just to spend inside Wonders of Wildlife. And be sure to wear comfortable walking shoes because, like I said, you're walking 1.5 miles of trails, so you're going to get your steps in as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. And what is your favorite part of this whole exhibit?
You know, I have the fortune to spend every single day inside this amazing facility, and I get asked that question a lot. My favorite part of my job and what I do here is watching people's faces when I take them inside the museum or aquarium for the first time. There's nothing quite like watching someone experience this place for the first time. So I do have, you know, some favorite animals, some favorite exhibits. Great African Hall that we're in right now being one of them because it's just phenomenal. But far and above, the best part of my job is just watching people get wowed for the first time.
Well, thank you so much for taking some time to talk about this beautiful exhibit here, the entire center at the Bass Pro headquarters here in Springfield, Missouri at the Wonders of Wildlife National Museum. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that was a blast. What'd you think?
I love visiting the museum and the aquarium.
I think it's well worth the time and the money. It probably took us about 2 hours to go through.
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing?
Oh, on the museum side, you know, I love the penguins. I know it's the one live animal thing on that side.
Yeah.
But it's just amazing. You don't ever see penguins. So.
I think I like the recreations of the national parks and being able to see some of those animals, even though they're stuffed. I do like being able to get really up close and just see the beauty and the intricacy of the animals and the displays.
I agree.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Well, we hope you enjoyed our look at the National Museum.
This was our indoor adventure because we couldn't get outdoors, and there are great indoor adventures to be had. So what are some of your favorite things to do when the weather doesn't cooperate or you just want to change of pace? What's your favorite indoor adventure? Share that down in the comments below. Maybe you'll help us find some great new things to see as well.
If you didn't catch our previous video, which highlights the beautiful aquarium here, which is truly world class, make sure you check that video out and get out and explore because today is an adventure day.